What's going on, guys? And today we have Transformers Age of the Primes, the 13 Solus Prime. We've got Solus Prime, Solus Prime, Solus Prime, Solus Prime. No, not Solus. Solus. Solus Prime. There's the box. Now on the box she has pink eyes, but on the toy she has green eyes. How strange. Anyways, let's tip the camera down. And here she is. Deluxe class, very nice. Relatively small, but like a good size. Like good size. Like small this way, I feel like. Very, very thin. She is the only female Prime. And yeah. We have the Forge of Solus Prime here. The little sigil on top. Very nice. Very nice. You do have to like take it apart. But well, don't throw that. But this can come off and be like a grenade. I think it's based off like a neutron bomb for something or another. I don't know. But you do have to take the forge apart to get it out and into her hand. Yeah, but that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I do have a toy of the Transformers Prime version of the Forge of Solus Prime, and it's like if I stood it up, it's about that big. So I don't think I can display her with that very effectively. But anyways, she looks very, very nice. Very, very nice. Looks great, you know, especially for like a deluxe class, you know, not a ton of like just vehicle parts hanging off. I guess this one has a little bit more, but that's just because it's a deluxe class. But like for the most part, like this looks really, really good. Okay, articulation, she can look up a little bit, down, not really. Head is on a ball joint, so it can go full 360. So I guess, yeah, okay, she can look up a little more. There we go. There we go. Shoulders like this and like so. You know, on a universal joint, she does have those shoulder pads, but it's fine. She can still like T-pose, I guess. They can kind of move around as well. 2, we do have bicep swivel, 90 degrees of elbow bend. Wrist is on a ball joint, so it can do all sorts of stuff. Right, no finger articulation for the deluxe class guys. We do have a waist joint that goes full 360. These will lift their separate pieces as well, so you know you don't have to completely, yeah, to move her legs. And this is also on a swivel, like if that means anything. That is more for transformation, but you know, so they don't hinder the legs. The legs can go that far forward, that far back, all the way, most of the way out. We do have some thigh swivel right here, and then the knees, we have 90 degrees of knee bend here, but then you can also get a little bit extra if you pull this out as well. You can get more there if you want it, if you need it. We have, oh yeah, ankle rotation and ankle tilt all of the way. Toes can go a little bit. So that's same both sides, obviously. And then, yeah. So that, I think, does it for articulation on her. Which, that's a good amount, especially like for a deluxe class, I feel like. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. The hammer, the forge here, you do have this little bit that we can push down. We can flip this little peg out so we can peg it in back. We can peg it in back here if we want. We can have it pegged behind her. Right? And yeah, now I will say some things. So there are a few parts that do like to come off. Now I've gotten good at transforming it without them coming off, but like the first time I did it, they absolutely came off. These panels, both sides, come off really easily. These things will just pop right off. Okay, they will just pop right off. We'll go ahead and fold the hand in, but yeah, they don't. They're really loose. And then this thing, this piece right here can come off very easily. I think, yeah, it's not pinned. It can come off like so, but it doesn't come off anywhere near as easily as the others. So that's that. Just as a warning, we're gonna go ahead and just like transform her real quick here. Really kind of an interesting transformation. So you gotta spin that around. You gotta spin this around so it's just purple on the top. This will open up. You fold the feet down, and then you actually fold that back up and then rotate it around, and then it tabs into the leg back here somehow, and it's not easy. It's not always easy to do, but it will just tab right in like so. Yeah. Same with the other leg, but then we will do the arms. The arms, because I'm getting ahead of myself. Because once that leg, that one tabs in really nicely. This one doesn't for some reason. This one just doesn't like tabbing in. Correct. I don't know why it doesn't like tabbing in. Why are you like this? Anyways, yeah. The arms, you have to open these up. You have to pull them down. Right. So flip these, be very careful. They will come right off. They'll pop right off. Then they've got this like double jointed bit where they go up and they come over this, and then they should just you want to make sure that's aligned. There, just sit that like that, and then this will come up, and we'll get to that in a minute, because then we're gonna do that on the other side. Also, we're gonna open this up and fold the hand in on the other side as well. Then we're just gonna bring that up and over, up and all the way down, please. And then we'll just kind of push that down over it all, and then that should just kind of sit there. And then the shoulder pads do like tab into the sides of it there somehow. And we got, so this tabs in right there, and also the arm also tabs into the legs. So you have to have everything set. You really just have to have everything set just right, or it doesn't work. Right? Everything has to be just right. And then same on the other side. There we go. That was nice. And then stop getting tucked under there. And then that's pretty much it. Now, getting these to sit straight is a pain. They don't like sitting straight. But there. And then you have this nice little truck. The forge. It's got this tab right there. It can go in either side. But it doesn't really work that side. It actually really only works this side. So we tab it in right there, and it just sits on the side there. And then yeah, that's it. That's the vehicle mode, and it's just this nice little truck, this little Cybertronian truck, I guess. It rolls pretty nicely. It has pinned wheels. It does have pinned wheels, so that's nice. We love pinned wheels, right? We love pinned wheels. There is kind of this weird little like gap here. I don't know what to say about that. It's just a weird little gap. I would have loved it if the forge, like, in coming apart, could have like stored at least partially in there or something. You know, like stored away maybe a little bit nicer. That would have been nice. Kind of like how Prime's Star Saber does. You know, it comes apart and it stores. That would have been pretty nice. That would have been nice, but it's fine. It's fine the way it is. Plus, it means you're not pegging something into, that's a win, right? Um, and it's a deluxe class, so that's fine. It's good. I think. I mean, Solus is one of the bigger, more well-known of the primes, right? She created all of the artifacts of the primes, right? Windblade always swears by Solus or whatever. Um, Solus is definitely more well-known than some of the other primes. Like Alchemist Prime. Like, bro, I mean, I guess if you know McAdam, then that's Alchemist Prime. Um, but I think more well-known than Amalgamous Prime. Yeah, there we go. Definitely more well known, but I also think that of the toys so far, this is probably the weakest one, just because. I mean, the transformation scheme is really interesting, and it's involved, and it's a little complex, and that's nice. But where it comes in is like the fact that the parts they just pop off. They just pop off, right? So easily. That's a little annoying. And then just when it's actually working fairly well right now. Like right now the wheels are sitting fairly straight, which is amazing because last night they weren't. So that's nice. Maybe we'll just leave them now. But yeah. But sometimes it's a little hard to do things sometimes, but it's still not that bad. Like, this is honestly still a really good deluxe class. I think it's worth your while, especially since, if you're not getting all of the 13 primes, I would definitely get this one just because she's more well known than some of them, right? I would get Amalgamus Prime, like, he's not well known, but I would get him because I'm collecting all of them, but also because it's just a super cool toy. But this one, I think it's definitely worth it. I love this. This is great. It's a great toy of Solus Prime. I think it's interesting to make her transform into like a truck. I think a lot of people expect her to be a jet. But I like it. I like it. About the only, yeah, about the only issue with truck mode is just the gap here, but it's not that bad. Honestly, it's kind of interesting, and like I said, I do still really, really like this. Love Solus Prime, and it's nice to have like a legit toy, like a legit full-size toy now that Windblade and all the other female Transformers can look up to or down to, depending on their size class. Never once want to get a Voyager, Elita 1, Power of the Primes. So yeah, there's that, and then I guess I could bring in a couple of the other primes for comparison. But I'm not going to, because I'm lazy. Okay, so yeah, that's it. That's all for today. Really hope you guys enjoyed it. If so, like, subscribe, and most importantly, enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.